What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. Okay, I want to go over these three weapons again. As you can see, they are still unranked. I'm trying to do a lot of content before getting into the War Within quest. One, because there were some bugs with the quest. Most bugs are kind of worked out now, including the scripting error for not receiving rewards. But I kind of want to go through some of this other stuff first, just kind of get it out there, you know. So, in terms of these three weapons, it's the funniest thing because what we're seeing in this update is the first separation of high-level end-game content. We've got new mods that'll be discussed down the road. We've got where they've put sortie missions behind the quest itself, so you've got to be a higher level. New mods themselves actually have mastery ranks required for using them, so forth and so on. But, so in terms of the weapons, and this is, you guys are going to laugh. I hope everybody took the opportunity to buy the Prime Cryo rounds that I know people were bitching, what do I need Prime Cryo rounds for? Because, quite frankly, first, when you look at it, what do you see? I see the Zarr. What is it? It's blast damage and impact. Blast damage. Primed Cryo rounds goes great with blast damage, because it's half of the element. Anyway, I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and go into what, I mean, you could call it power creep, if you will, but at this point, I think what we're looking at is we're starting to see a true separation of high-level content and mod maximizing, if you will, in terms of damage capabilities versus, you know, the regular player base here and, you know, regular mid-level and early-level players. And I think over time, as they get into it, we're going to see it a bit more. I kind of just want to show you what I'm thinking of overpowered stuff, and this is just funny, okay? So I'll start here with the Zarr, and, you know, bear with me, these are all just as we go. I've already started putting something together. That's why I'm on config C right now, just to kind of show you. But let's look at the basics, right? So first off, very important to note, you can put Firestorm on the Zarr. Holy shit. Okay, just keep that in mind. But looking at just, let's go basics wise, right? So let's scroll over here. We go, actually we go split chamber into the V slot because that's 15 over 14. We take Serration. Okay, and already you start to see the damage increase here, right? Let's see, what else can we do? And I'm just trying to keep this really on the level of simple at the moment. If you went Wildfire, you're only going to get one more in the magazine, which can actually be a good thing because you're increasing your blast damage. You're going to get an extra magazine clip, and your reload is going to be a tiny bit higher, but not a real big deal. But that magazine capacity, sometimes one extra is enough. But anyway, I digress because here we go. So now we're looking at that. Let's just take that back off though, and we'll go just for shits and giggles here. Thermite rounds, and that bumps me up to a 40% here with split chamber and Serration. Of course, you know, your multi-shot also increases your status chance. But as well, we come over here and we add in a rhyme rounds. So now we're up to 53% with a 2090 blast damage alone. And we haven't factored everything in yet. We haven't factored in prime cryo rounds. Yes, I bought 3. I should have bought more, but I only bought 3. We haven't factored in so prime cryo rounds. You haven't factored in anything as in, let's say you want to go with where is it? You want to put in Firestorm. Maybe you want to do heavy caliber. I'm not sure yet. I mean, this weapon is going to be a close-up weapon anyway, so heavy caliber, might want to throw that in there. And as you can quickly see, that's going to enhance this insanely. You know, and if we're just talking, and what's interesting to me in these three, you're going to see, for me, initial builds are going to be very much raw. Well, not raw. This is element, but you know, damage focus here in terms of. I guess on the other two, I'll show you in terms of raw. But so you could put Firestorm on here. You can throw in heavy caliber on here. You still have space to say throw in more element on here if you wanted to really increase that. You know, you might want to put on magazine warp, and just for giggles here, let's just see. Magazine warp's only going to give you one more, so your best bet here to optimize would be to go ahead and put on the Wildfire mod. if you want to get a 4th and still increase your blast damage even more. You know, you depending upon how you use ammo, how efficient you are with ammo, you may still need one of these, but you know, you've got a lot of room to grow here to just make this overly insane. I mean, you could put fast hands for reload speed, because 2.3 is kind of high. If we just come over here to a regular fast hands, which is a rank 7, we can bring that down to a 1.7 with a regular fast hands. Another option that you can do with that, just to make this thing crazy insane. So two of these mod slots might be used for, say, fast hands or prime fast hands, as well as a mutation mod here in case you have ammo efficiency issues, but that still leaves you room for 2 more. And if you just don't even bother with worrying too much about accuracy, you can throw heavy caliber in there. You can throw Firestorm in there. You've got a 50% increase in status, so you know you got the status increase, then you've got your fast hand. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of ways you can go with this to make this thing crazy insane. Just some options that are out there for you to try. Okay, come over here to the Twin Rogga, which are basically mini versions of the Zarr, if you will. And immediately you can just start seeing how crazy this is going to get. So let's go with how we would normally do it. So we'll start out Hornet Strike, brings up, and we have Impact and Puncture to work with here. And that's just insane if you look at it, right? Then you're going to use your standards, right? So you've got your Lethal Torrent. We'll throw that on there for your Barrel Diffusion. And your Barrel Diffusion on here, giving you your extra multi-shot. That's 180% multi-shot, plus the fire rate increase, which is never a bad thing. You know, it all depends. It's situational, if you will. And look at that. 3 mods alone, 1075 impact, 1344 puncture, 36% status chance. Okay. And you still got slash in there too. Now, just for giggles and shits, because you really don't have to, you know, do anything to be insane with this, let's take a prime heated charges at rank 14 of 16, 135%, yeah? Just go ahead and throw that in there. Holy shit, look at that. 3600 heat damage. 3600 heat damage. And I haven't done anything special to it. Now all I need to do is, let me see if I can find it and show you guys what happens. And this is just basic stuff here. We haven't, you know, even thrown in some of the other options that you can. You would probably be definitely putting on a pistol ammo mutation rod. You probably use a Magnum Force in there if you're not worried about accuracy. I mean, accuracy is only 4.3. When you add this in, it's not going to kill your accuracy, but you're going to get all that more damage. But let's just go ahead, just for giggles, throw a Jolt on there. Now I've got 5200 radiation at a 53% status chance with 1075 impact, 1344 puncture. And I haven't even added Forma. I haven't finished putting mods on. This is going to be insane. These are going to be the weapons to go to in many respects, if you will, if you play this style. Now, obviously, there's still a million weapons out there. Use whatever weapon you like the most. But these are going to be some crazy, insane weapons for higher level content, especially if you want to do endless missions in the new content that's out there, in the new tile set. These could be worth the time and effort. But just look at that shit right there. Insane. Okay. Kesheg. Well, okay. So there's a lot you can do with this. And if I'm talking just in terms of raw damage, let me show you what I started with. And you can take it from there. Let's see. Where do I want to start? I am on. So, pretty much you could use all your prime mods for this, if you will. So we go ahead and we do prime pressure point. Obviously, just regular pressure point if you don't have prime pressure point. But what's nice is you're going to see impact goes up significantly along with the slash. So this is impact and slash. There's a lot you can do with that. If you follow the stuff that I do, you'll understand that we have an opportunity here to do something crazy insane. Okay, impact and slash is increased, right? Just prime pressure point. Now, not taking into anything, and we're not worried about prime fury, which is going to end up on here. Okay, that will end up on my list. Let's take a rank 10 prime heavy trauma. Go ahead and put impact on that. And again, we're just looking at the capabilities of raw damage here. Okay, so you could use regular heavy trauma if you don't have prime heavy trauma, right? Okay. Now let's come back up front. So we've got that. Now we could add collision force. We want to get in even more impact damage. We can add buzzkill. We want to get in even more slash damage, right? Not done yet. You want to throw in more slash damage? There we go. Let's go ahead and throw in jagged edge. Oh, and wait for it. We haven't even finished yet, now have we? And this is just basic stuff in our heads. Let's go ahead and throw a spoiled strike on there. This is basics. Okay, I granted, attack speed is down. Again, what I'm talking about, Prime Fury is going to go on here. If I stick with this just as it is, add my Prime Fury, okay, I still have slot for one thing, one item. What's important here to note, and I'm going to say this again, is that this has impact. Impact. What does that mean? For anyone that's out there that wants to go heavy raw damage like this, okay? And mind you, this is not even fully maxed, right? So straight up raw damage. We're going to add Prime Fury in there for the, obviously, at some point. But what do we do in terms of elements? We got to do something, right? So there's one true mod to put out there. Shattering Impact. This gives you your corrosive impact, taking off the armor. It scales. We've proven this. It's been proven time and time again that it scales well, even with the broken scaling of the game. It scales well. Now, I've got corrosive, I've got major raw damage, and I've got one hell of a hellacious weapon. I'm just saying. It's going to be fun. And Shimmering Blight is a beautiful stance. I love Shimmering Blight. I mean, Bleeding Willow is pretty cool, but I actually do enjoy the Shimmering Blight, so I'm happy with that. But I just kind of wanted to show you guys, if you're still around, to see what these things are capable of, even at basic levels. So, okay, stay tuned for more. We'll definitely get these things all ranked up and leveled up, and I will definitely give you my final ideas, setups on it, and show you how they're run. Obviously, we'll have more content, but hopefully you've gotten some ideas of what you can do with these three weapons, not the new weapons that are part of the quest. Till next time, I'll see you soon.